All right, so everybody's not aware that there's a penalty incurred on the rebound effect, meaning my striking her still has an impact effect, even if I'm just larger and whatnot. She may move more if I'm larger, but this entire process, if you look in slow motion, you'll actually see the rebound effect on the muscle. Real slow motion shows that ripple effect back up into the body. It's really cool. I've actually got it on film. So even on things that are that on the outside don't look that way, but in slow motion, when you see it, you'll see that rebound effect. Even on a larger person hitting a smaller person, there is still a penalty incurred because of the impact and rebound effect. So when I'm doing a side kick, this is my counter on the pillar. So if you look at how I'm teetering, if I'm up like this and I actually have follow through, but I'm up, I'm going to end up tilting off my base here. So my instability will be, I will incur instability from having my body up too high, especially if I'm just trying to strike them, get out of range and go somewhere else. If I'm going like this and I've got this in play and that rebound effect, we're going to mimic that here, is her pushing on me. Okay, where can I safely do that? You see, I had to take steps in order to save myself. Otherwise, I'd fall over. So what I have to do is, as she compresses me, I have to come up here in order to maintain a balance without falling down. If she goes back, I can extend out like this, boom, to the point of where I've already penetrated the target and extended. So you can see my body. Now she goes out at the end of it. There we go, we'll go just to the tip of it. This is how horizontal I can get on a full part follow-through strike. Knowing the physics of my body, landing into her body and a location. If I hit up here, she's gonna, because it's above the waist, a lot of people don't have the core strong, so they won't be able to compress that down. So the upper body will tilt back. And again, the center of gravity is the midpoint of the strike. So if I go here at the top like this, the chance for her stumbling backwards and losing base is really high. If I go here at the gut or the center of gravity, she'll most likely move back but collapse over me. Now, if she's a wrestler and grappler, she now has my foot. She'll, just by the process of just collapsing on a person. Now, if that's a flying kick, there's a difference. She may be trying to grab this, but she's going back much faster and farther than she may have speed to grab my leg and sustain herself or sustain a single leg or double leg. So that compression factor that we put in there was a visual measure of rebound effect. When I'm working with her body weight versus any of the other guys that are 230 pounds like Matt, when I'm working with him, I have to have my strike, my upper body more vertical, because there's more of a rebound effect. I'm about 180, so to 230, and he's solid. There's muscle on that. So when I hit that, I can't be doing a full extension unless I add velocity. Now, if I add velocity, I can penetrate through that. But like Anna, my velocity is how far away can I be to run up to the person, increase my speed before they recognize something's going on and just get out of the way. So that doesn't make for an easy setup. So what we tend to do is I make up for it with chambered kicks. So when she holds that up, so the chambered kicks allow for travel, increasing travel, without having to have my body do the work. So out here, if I'm not fully chambering, I can go here and send some momentum. But now, let's say I'm in a very tight space. I can't gain that distance to gain speed. So I chamber it. And this chamber, now, if you look at this, now I've got this much distance to increase the speed in that time. So, and up here I may deflect, I may do whatever else. Her vision is blocked, and then it's like, boom. And I can even come closer and use that as part of the momentum. So the foot travel on the bottom can add momentum to a chambered kick. That's why we do the hop. So there's more to it than just I'm going to just stand here in this chamber and put some oomph into it. That's one part of it. So that same distance and the same position here, if I add the hop, you'll feel a little bit more. Should have.
That would have laid me out. If
Yeah. So you can make or add range, add velocity by those little additions to structure of base, which is that chambering first, bam, and pow that in, chamber with a hop. Now I've added the momentum of my body mass, because if I'm here, I'm stabilizing my body's mass against the rebound effect. If I do a hop, I'm going to throw my body weight to add to the strike. Now, I won't get full power because I can't extend closer to a horizontal line flying through the target. So I'll be up a little higher. Some of the weight, some of the force will be transferred differently, and you'll feel that under all these different effects. So if I have everything else in play, that's really good. Straight lines and all that. That's ease of use of my body, time and distance, penetration to target, good extension. But if I start to curl forward, no, that's not including what we do on the high line. If I were to come up like this, and I have a lot of distance, but I come up, what happens is my own body mechanics will send the leg downward. So the force will get distributed downward versus all of it through in a straight line. So when we do it in the other direction, because we have the vertical axes. Now if I look at the Z or X, depending on if you're coming from 3D or anything else, we're looking at as soon as I curl forward, that will now also throw the kick's momentum off this way, and rebound effect will send me to a third point there. So the after kick effect is an unstable base. And again, she doesn't get the full power of my strikes. So if I'm going here and do this, that's not the same as this. This was much easier. I could feel more follow through. We'll do the wrong one. So the wrong would be this, where try to put power. So I'm trying to add power to that versus this. Less work on my end as she moves more. Those should have felt more. And that's just because of, sorry. But that's where you would go. So if I want to really move her body, I go above. No, I'm going to just demonstrate. I want to really want to move her body. I'll trajectory upward, but not too high where I slip over her head, because then somebody who's a shoot fighter can get underneath. I can't make it look obvious. So my motion here is just a contraction of my muscles here on the up. Subtle. Versus if I want to just create distance straight through. Versus I want to drop her where she's standing. Center of gravity, buckle her down, or take out a leg.